Hello viewers, and welcome back to Allayi on Endless. So, listen, I said a lot of stuff in the recent past about expanding quickly, getting out there, get hungry, just get as much land as possible, and then the game gives me this beautiful opportunity to consume a whole corner of a continent by myself, and what do? I balk at it. I just sit here, unsure. I think we should take it all. I said some things about moderation in the past, things I deeply regret. Let's take it all. These Garths will come. We'll get stuff. You know, I'm not that worried about upgrading our weapons at this moment, actually, I've decided. And given that this is only going to be active for one more turn, or given that it would only take one turn to build this, I don't think it's actually that worth building because, of course, we'll immediately not be able to use the food it's producing while we're building a couple of settlers here. So yeah, let's actually build a couple of settlers right now. The way I figure it, we can take Dasraj, Amund, and Antab without any border pushback at all from anybody else. And then we can go claim the islands. That puts us on 7 regions, and that's probably where we have to stop for a good long time while we wrestle with the horrible things that I've done to our approval rating. But, you know, expanding a little bit later does have the benefit of the fact that we are... I was going to say that we're not that far off of bread and circuses, but actually no, we're still really far off of bread and circuses. We've made, like, no progress. Is this a good idea? It's going to have to be good enough. Also, I'm delaying this Garth, but actually we do really need it because it's going to be our only source of glass steel, and we're going to need glass steel to build central markets. Also, I guess nobody's made the Museum of Origa yet. That would be okay for us to have. We could certainly use a little bit of an approval boost in our most populous city to sort of drag our nationwide average up. Also, once we take Parandy, we can assimilate those Delvers and get plus 15% dust output, which is going to be pretty valuable. Alright, yeah, so let's go get it. Let's go get it all. I don't know how long it's going to take the AI to start filling in the land, but it can't be too long. They're very territory hungry, generally. Let's head back. The Skyfin is going to go... Oh, you know what? The Skyfin can go and park on the glass steel deposit for a little while. That's half a solution. Alright, we finally met the last player in the game. Actually, we could take Zighor without any further, without any border troubles, too. I don't know that necessarily needs to happen. I don't know how valuable it really is, but it is land. It could turn out to have, like, mithrite on it. You never know. It's a tricky part of the game. You can never tell where the mithrite is. Think about how powerful it would be to be able to see the strategics ahead of time. Alright, so I think realistically our first research has to be Central Market. We don't yet have the resources to actually build one, but we will soon. Why don't you go ahead and do that? We're gonna need sewer systems everywhere. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. We're gonna take a serious hit here. What is this? Somebody wants peace? Okay. Hey, I love peace. Sort of. I love peace under very controlled conditions. Actually, it's probably fastest, if I'm settling Dasraj, it's probably fastest to get into the water and go up the coast, instead of walking through all the forest. Let's go and get pearls. Oh. Pink is trying to settle. We just made peace with them. But wait, what are they trying to settle Dasraj without taking Warloff first? That would be very unusual. I'm a little concerned. Alright, yeah, get over here. We're gonna need some of this. Aspirating gives 3 XP per turn. Okay. Good. We need to make sure that our Skyfin levels up because the rate of gathering is based on the Skyfin's level. Yeah, is he actually gonna settle? If he settles Dasraj, I'm gonna take Warloff just out of sheer bloody mindedness. Okay, pink and purple are friends, which bodes well for us. So I'm not 100% sure where I want to settle down. Let's take a quick look. Alright, as we knew, all of the land is terrible. But it's still land. There's hardly any industry in this region. Hardly any food. So we could settle over here-ish and get a hold of some food. This isn't even that much food. What does this tile have? 7? This tile has 5 food and 6 industry. This tile has 7 food and 1 industry. But it does have a bit of dust and science to make up for that. It's really just it's a bad region. I think I'm gonna settle... I'm really about to settle a city that has such bad resources. Yeah, I think this is a reasonable settle. The city can't grow at all. It's basically pinned into this corner. Honestly, you know what? It could still make a triangle. This tile, the Garth built on this tile will be very, very useless, but it will at least, you know, level up the other districts nicely. Yeah. Alright. I'm not excited about that, but it'll do. What happened over here? What kind of bizarre... Oh, I was going to say, what kind of bizarre quest spawned all those dudes? But actually, you know what? They totally might be mercenaries. Can never tell with these roving clans. Also, I think the roving clans dude is about to settle on us. Is about to settle Warloff, at least. What is this? Red is closing their borders. Okay, fine. Yep, we're starting to run out of time. Alright, well, I'm glad I changed my mind when I changed it. So the question is... do I actually want to take Amund? All of the land is garbage. Mill foundry, sewer system, then other stuff. Pretty much all the land in Amund is garbage. There is a river we could build near. And we could build up here, that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, actually, this is like a pretty okay spot. That's a lot of food and a lot of industry, and we can build everything else. So I take Amund, I take Antab. Zigor, I guess, can rot. I don't really need it. I'm gonna keep going for it. Let's get all of the mainland. Well, not all of it. Let's get Antab at least. Yeah. Let's get Antab at least. Who still has orders? You still have orders, right? Because you were gathering pearls. What is a cursed bounty? I've already forgotten what quests I had. Oh, that's why there's so many Tedekays. Okay, yeah. Let's, I guess, head in that direction and we'll see. Alright, it's going to take a few turns for Central Market to be done researching. We do need to step up our science game pretty significantly. Also, we're operating at a dust deficit right now, which I'm happy to do. We have a couple of things that need to get finished. Would I be better off moving all these guys onto... yeah, let's do that. Let's try to fix a little bit of our happiness problem. So, can I get there in this turn? I cannot. Wow, that is a lot of armies. One more settler complete. Yeah, I'm glad I made this decision when I made it. We really do have to get this land. Actually, wait a second. Isn't there a big weird cliff? Yeah, I should have had this guy come into the sea to the south. Just made myself have to move a couple extra hexes to get where I'm going. Not the end of the world, but not great. So we have 20 turns until the next winter, which may as well be an eternity. Oh, I have to defeat all the monsters first. Is that true? I don't think that's true. You just have to search all the ruins. Yeah. Quest just straight up lies to you. 30 titanium. What am I going to do with it? I have no idea. I saw a single pink unit. Might have been a settler. I may still have gotten my start a little bit late. Alright, so where am I going to settle in on top? I think I'm going to settle by the anomalies, right? Like, there's a lot of really weak land, unfortunately, owing to the open rocks. Just crystal ice, far as the eye can see. But if I settle right on top of these anomalies, it's like a little oasis. I could also settle in the north near the river. The northern river is near tiles that actually have a couple of points of resources on them. This is probably better. The tiles aren't really that great, but at least they have a lot of points on them. The initial settle will not be as good, but this gives me a little bit of ability to expand without having to soak up a bunch of tiles that only have 1 point of resources on them. So yeah, we'll head up to the north. Really, you can't, it's not faster to cross over here by the village? Yeah, that seems like a fine path to take. Alright, so if pink really is settling Amund, then that means I moved a little too slowly. I should probably have gotten Amund. I'm just throwing away advantages here. Listen, good play is for cowards, right? It is not a... I could have sworn I saw a single unit. Maybe this army came in to clear these guys out before the single unit moves in. Actually, it's kind of nice that this happened the way it did. So it would be 180... You know what? This is totally better than 20% science. Because right now our Empire approval value is unhappy. This will move us up into content for a turn. What did these guys... These guys wanted glass steel, right? I'm actually just going to give it to them. Let's wait a couple of turns till we have the glass steel and then just give it to them. Roaming armies are pillaging my stuff. Hey, Pink, feel free to eliminate all of them. Alright, do I want to settle right here? Is it this space? Or this space? Jeez. They're both pretty abysmal. Both pretty bad. I guess this one has more food. Oof. Yeah. Alright, honestly, I may have to stop expanding even now. We got to 4 regions on the mainland. Maybe this... Yeah, this is enough. We'll take these 4. We'll take these 2. Because I have plus 25% approval for my Empire plan right now, and I'm at 29 approval. And none of these minor factions are any good. Although we're about to have the boasts available to us, which I guess are better. They give us food, at least. Mill foundry, then sewer system. Go. So we do have to do something about the dust. I'm going to let the Empire Mint finish, obviously. And then Graldem is probably focusing completely on dust from there. Yeah. Oh, I'm not researching anything. Good call. Honestly, it's probably going to be... Is it Imperial Highways? So we have a couple of problems, right? We need to take care of our economy. We need to get our approval in order, but we're already dealing with that. We need to take care of our economy. We need to take care of our growth. We have peace with a nearby player who really loves trade. And honestly, the distance between some of his cities and the bottom corner of our empire is pretty significant. We can maybe take care of our economy just by trading with Pink. So let's get that under control. Let's view this one level up. Right of way is not a cheap building. I think that was totally worth doing for the two points of population. Blue is closing their borders to us. Do we? Oh yeah, we know where Blue is. Well, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I certainly don't intend on expanding into this narrow hallway between two other empires. You know, Purple totally will declare war on us if it makes sense to them. They're not just going to ignore us because they like diplomatic points. So this city can't really expand. And they can't start work on a central market for obvious reasons. I guess they can just build a couple of military units. We probably should have an army, you know? Just in case. Alright, our Skyfin's gonna want to move out to the gold deposit in a turn here. So the next step of our faction quest is to make 9 influence in one city for a couple of turns. And I think that the best way to do that is actually going to be to expand this city enough to produce that stuff naturally, rather than just assigning citizens to... Actually, this city's doing it. It's doing it now. Yeah, 3 turns. Okay, good. We're already getting in there. Yeah, this army is the one that Pink is ignoring, which I understand, but I am annoyed by. You can't help a brother out. You can't just, like, play nice a little bit. Whatever, they're going to be, like, the centerpiece of our economy. I guess I shouldn't complain too much. Alright, so Parendy's going to be great. I have to figure out where I want to settle. The minor faction villages are in kind of awkward places. So this is a dust-heavy anomaly. This is a dust-heavy anomaly. We don't really have anomalies built for food or industry. If I settle here, which was my initial thought, there's no way to expand. So it seems like this is the best thing I could do, and then if I want to build the city out, it's just going to have to be a narrow 2-row formation instead of the triangle that I often prefer. Yeah, so we'll settle right here. That'll be fine. And this will even give me the ability to build a luxury intensifier, which requires 1 more winter, I think? 2 more winters. But that'll be helpful for our dust, certainly. Also, the gold boosters will be helpful for our dust. Do I want to build another settler and just, like, rip the Band-Aid off, get in control of Gadnak? The other players will eventually build get ship tech. Some of them probably will. And in fact, we know that Red has it already, and based on the positions of the players that we know about, Red is likely to be way up here on this corner, which means that they actually have access to the sea. I'm already stretching my approval rates pretty thin. But to be perfectly honest, it may be the case that I can't afford not to settle it. I don't know, man. We're going to have 5 regions. 5 regions is going to make for a pretty strong empire once we actually get going. Yeah, I'm not going to push it on the 6th right now. Let's get some markets and sewers established. We'll try to come at this that way. I do think that I want to finish upgrading the megapole before I build that market. Because the central market here is actually totally going to push this city into happy. Yeah, you know what? I think I need the market first. Because we're also about to take another approval hit. I'm going to start Graldom on their market too when the resources for the turn come in. Wait, shouldn't we have produced a glass dealer? I spent all our glass steel on this market, but a turn has passed. Alright, here we go. I might honestly even hold off on this if there wasn't another Allayi player in the game. I want to make sure we get this. Oof, that's rough. That's a rough number of turns. So we could trade with somebody. We don't actually have the ability to spend these pearls on a lot yet. We can make trades. People love pearls. Let's see. We have peace with pink and purple. So pink. In exchange for my pearls, do you have, like, wine? No. You have a little bit of dust. Not even very much. What about purple? Purple has grass silk and blood crystals, neither of which are great. And not really that much dust either. Alright, never mind. I think my army's just gonna chill, like, in Antab. I want to make a show of having some military units. Overall Empire approval right now is not quite rebellion. 13%. It's not great, though. How far off are we from... Alright, it's 30 to spend a booster now. What we could really use is a nice infusion of dust that would allow us to buy out the mill foundry in Parandy. That would be, I think, the best thing for us. Alright, Imperial Highways. Now I kind of want to pick up... I want to go back and pick up Open Pit Mine. None of the stuff that we build now is actually going to be useful for us immediately. Except this, I guess. Yeah, let's pick that up next. We do want to pick up Open Pit Mine because I'd like to be able to mine gold without necessarily having our Skyfin tied up, because Skyfin is going to want to be out hitting the pearls on the ocean come winter. Yep, Draken player got to the influence bonus first. That's not a big shock. Alright, this will help a little bit. Wait a second. Are we... Is our district not mining the glass steel? Because it pushed our Skyfin off. But yeah, it's totally not mining the glass steel. But the fact that it's on the district has made it so we can't, yeah, glass steel extractor not built. Hold on. I did research that tech, didn't I? No. I decided that was one I could leave for later because I didn't need upgrades right away. Yep, that'll do it. Okay. Well, you can maybe come back here for a couple of turns. Can he aspirate? Yeah, okay. You can't aspirate on it with it being underneath the thing. Alright, somebody built a Guardian. That's not of great interest to us. Our influence from anomalies has returned to normal, but we got our 10 turns. That event is really well timed for us. This is a settler? Yep, okay. Alright, I think that the AI filling in the map a little bit was sort of a mixed blessing. I had just decided that I wanted everything, but also, actually, I think it would have been real bad if I'd settled like 1 or 2 more regions on the main continents. They may have accidentally saved me from myself. Alright, well, I'm not going to lie. I feel pretty dumb about the glass steel thing. Raise the altar to level 2 will be easy enough. Once this is done, I'll need to just build 1 more Garth. Although, actually, at the moment, I don't have the population. I'll have the population by the time it's time to do it. Hey, look at that. We're actually running at a tiny, tiny little surplus of dust. Stuff's actually going into the coffers. Alright. Now you can finally start work on the market. It will only take 32 turns to build. 33 turns to build. Oof. Well, I can't afford to lose dust for that long. Yeah, I really need just like a huge influx of dust. Because our cities are all screwed up, and I need to be able to buy my way out of it. Right, moving forward on the faction quest is a good way to get some rewards. This will give us Blessings of the Mother, which I don't care about, and Blood Crystals, which I don't care about. Fantastic. Alright, we're at 18% overall Empire happiness, which is a bad level and not even close to a good level. Like, the transition up is actually quite far away. Oh, you know what I didn't do, and I absolutely should have, is assimilate these Delvers. Yeah, look at that. That makes a big difference immediately. So how many people can I afford to pull off of this? Alright, we'll get a couple of turns of faster building on that. We'll have to move them back when winter hits, probably, but we'll make some progress. So, doing this has really hamstrung the Empire, and I'm not 100% sure how much I can afford to do something like that. Obviously, I don't lose the game immediately by doing this, at least not with these neighbors. If we had a necrophage or something near us, I'd have to play very differently. But it has left us in a bit of a lurch. Fortunately, the faction quest is pretty straightforward for a while, so maybe we can get some good free resources off of that. Yeah, people are moving up in the world. We're behind and honestly only getting further back. Alright, now I need to get the right-of-way built in the capital, like, immediately. I'm not 100% sure how it works, trading with other empires. I don't know if they can only trade with cities that have a trail of right-of-ways. Like, if we build a right-of-way in the capital, can we trade with Pink right away, or do we need to make one in Dasraj too, so that there's actually a road connection? I do not know. Alright, Eyeless One's village in Ramph. Oh wow, so a place we've not even seen yet. Also, it looks like I may have misapprehended. Red seems to be down here. So, Ramph. Boy. I just have no idea where that could even be. Well, we gotta find them. Oh, the capital doesn't have an Empire Mint yet? Really? Wow. Alright, let's get a lot of stuff going all at once here. We do need to build a husbandry center. Yeah, we'll do that next. We'll do that after that. Okay, so we're going to have a couple of turns of things getting rapidly better, and then winter's going to hit, and we're going to see if we have any chance of surviving that. And I guess our guys are on the lookout. This is another place where I kind of wish we had stealth, so that the other empires wouldn't get all upset with us. So this is all one region. You can tell because when I put my mouse in it, the whole border glows. With any region that you mouse over, the border glows. The best thing to do here would be to ask people for map exchanges, but that will never work. So let's go and just have a look the old-fashioned way, and when they get upset with us, we will bail. Actually, we could do a lot of this looking from the water. It would probably be safer in terms of our diplomatic stance, because we certainly don't want everybody getting all pissy with us. A war would be the end of our empire immediately. We have no ability to defend ourselves. Alright, so this region is called some kind of ridiculous thing, but we can check beyond that. It may be that this region is always one you haven't seen. The region that you get for this step. We're getting fairly close to having completed some mill foundries. That'll help, although all of these cities being in rebellion is probably more of a problem. You know what, let's buy these out. They're close enough to being done that we can afford to do that. And that will help us get the sewers online quicker. Alright, here comes winter. How bad is our economy? Oh, wow. Okay, why does it keep getting worse? It went down to -25, and then went down further from there. Alright, we are going to not rob them of pearls. Hey, Ramph. Alright, cool. Oh, so -2 dust on terrain with dust. Yeah, we maybe should have looked into that. Done a little praying. Okay. Well, this is a start. And we also have to do that. Yeah. The city's already entirely on dust. Okay, well, there. Equilibrium has been reached. It's brutal. It sucks. It's hurting all of our cities. But things won't get worse for the moment. And we'll get these sewers done eventually. Actually, things are even sort of getting better for a little while. Alright. I intentionally didn't get these ruins because I was concerned with maximum exploration speed. I didn't want to be in Purple's territory any longer than I absolutely had to be. Okay, you need to go start gathering pearls. And also, we have enough, this is actually really going to help. All this influence. You know, so we're actually getting a lot more influence per turn. Allayi are super good at generating influence from city expansion. Oh wow, we can ease way back on the dust. That's helpful too. Okay, so we have to find an Eyeless One's village in Ranf. So it's on one of these tiles. Which of course we can't even see because winter vision is frustrating. Alright, so we need to buy out these sewers. Actually, before we make either of these, why don't we try to push for the central market? And here, I think the central market has to be the next build as well. Alright. Let's try to get this done before Purple decides to send an army to kill us. Oh, there's more region. No. The border of Ramp is right here. So this should reveal the tile that the village is on. There it is. We get to do our the beginning of our proselytizing tour. Search some ruins. Okay, go back to those ruins you just searched and research them. Also, we get to see a red city, which is cool, I guess. Yeah, red took Gadnak. Okay, so that leaves us on 5 regions. Sighorse still available. Am I crazy enough to pick up another region with us being in the position that we are in? Purple won't love it. But also, they chose not to settle it for a reason. That's interesting, right? What could that reason be? Let's do it. Can we get this down to 1 turn? Nope. Okay, why don't we do this instead? Oh, it doesn't... Right. Because that would be a crazy thing to do while I'm building a settler, is the reason. I really do want to get the land. We're going to finish this settler and he's going to immediately claim it. I'm very concerned. Oh, what is this now? Purple is closing their borders. Haha, not fast enough. Silix in Forani. Forani is somewhere that I know about. Oh yeah, over here. Okay, yeah. We can do that. Hopefully this isn't the start of Purple deciding that we actually need to die. That would be, that'd be a real problem for me. I will say this. Red being on Gadnak is maybe not the biggest problem because it's going to be very difficult for them to reinforce it. And if we attack Gadnak, Red's not going to be able to counterattack our land holdings very easily. So that might be a thing to think about. We could just take it from him later. Alright, it's going to teleport our guy out of Purple territory, which we're fine with. He did what he needed to do. Oh, it teleported him into the nearest territory he's allowed to be in, instead of into our territory that borders. Which is actually really nice, although it did take his whole move when it happened, which is annoying. Okay. Overland travel is faster now that we have a little bit of road. Do we have trade? Nope. Okay, so it looks like we do need probably an unbroken line of roadway to make trade with someplace. At this point, I think more seekers, maybe? Finish up this army? Tricador doesn't have anything really fascinating to build. We could make dredges instead. Actually, let's do that. Dredges are a little bit meaner. I don't really want to build more Garths right now. Watchtowers are of very little value, especially in this place. Yeah, let's build a couple of dredges. Let's pad our army out with those. Those can be sort of a homeland defense force, because obviously they're a lot slower than the Seekers. We need to buy this out as soon as possible. I forgot all about this. Because this is very sad. The amount of turns that this would take. Actually, let's wait. Let's wait until Prisoners, Slaves, and Volunteers is done. this thing that we don't care about is finished. So this guy needs to get to 480. Fortunately, our bro here has built a system of roads. I'm gonna try not to take his pearls. Try to avoid antagonizing him. We're at peace, so he can't attack us, but I still would rather not annoy him too much. So we need to find a Silix village here. So these are the only two, right? And we know it's not this one now. I can turn off the resource overlay. We're done with settling. I guess it has to be that one. Alright, easy enough. You go get pearls. I don't see any other huge deposits out here. Oh yeah, we actually have gold coming in now, right? Slowly. Overall empire approvals all the way up to 22. Although I guess we are about to settle again. Oh, this is maybe unwise, but... What? His settler's just standing in the region. I'll be very annoyed if he has been standing here waiting just that he could snake it on the turn that I would have settled it. Yeah, they're moving to position to settle. He actually moved a settler into Zighor and then waited until my settler got to the border. I can hardly believe that. That is such a shitty thing to do. For, like, absolutely no benefit to him. Well, I guess we'll garrison this settler until we get to that stage of our faction quest that requires a settler. I'm real annoyed, though. That sucked. Yeah, go do that. And then come back to the mainland. Okay, so he's already mining Hyperion. Oh, here's the quest village. You can tell because it's so glowy. He's mining Hyperium, and we're like five researches away from being able to see Adamantium. We have got to catch up. Prisoners, slaves, and volunteers is going to be very helpful. That guy has 4,000 dust in the bank. Yeah, whatever. I guess it should be a full army of dredges, right? We'll just park them in that northwestern city, the name of which I already don't remember. Alright, 20 more influence. Oh no. Find and defeat the army in Forany. We will probably not actually have to do that. My guess is that Pink will do it for us. So I'm just going to move our units back to friendly territory. Alright, prisoners, slaves, and volunteers is finished. The time has come for the purchasing of many important buildings. Also, science, food. Let's get this empire actually going. I think this really is the point, though, where we're gonna flip over and suddenly be a real player. Alright, Parandy, obviously I would like it if you could do that. 30 turns. Well, to be fair, they're about to gain a bunch of approval and a bunch of industry, so maybe not actually 30 turns. Alright. Where'd that yellow army go? Huh. I don't see them anymore. They weren't totally visible. I don't think they're dead. I think the game would tell us if they were dead. Yeah, there we go. They're dead now. Make sure you've reached 8 population in at least one of your cities. Oh. So wait a second. Does that step of the quest just look at what your highest population is and pick a number that's slightly above it? Because it was 17 last time. That's actually really weird that it works that way. I think we just... Do I park on the glass deal? I guess I may as well. We just aspirate something with the goal of adding a little bit of approval to some city. So we're up to 28. We have to get to 40 to break out of penalties. Once we get to 40% approval, our resource generation will be neutral. Oh, actually, you know what else we need is the ability to hire heroes. We're actually getting to the point where that's a thing we can do. Alright, let's get out of, hey, my pearls. Those are in my border. Let's grab this stack of pearls before I aspirate, actually. Okay. So we have some money. Is it enough to... It is, in fact, enough to push through this central market. So we're starting to get our approval under control. It's going to climb slowly over the next 30 turns or so as we keep completing buildings where it's relevant. So let's move this army to Antab. Wow, it is going to take them a long time to get there. Once we have right of way built, we may be able to shorten this trip, you know, just a little bit. How much does Empire... Actually, I was going to say how much does right of way cost, but actually, yeah, we have to build like a lot of stuff here. Public library is important. Right of way costs $566. That may be worth saving up for, actually. Because right of way in Antab, well, it doesn't actually connect the capital right away. What we need is right of way here to connect the capital. You get back on the glass deal for now. Actually, I've changed my mind. Gold. This is interesting. I see purple hasn't closed their borders to pink on account, not even with, you know, a bunch of dudes marauding around in there. So again, I don't really want to build more Garths here. I want to try to preserve some pearls for the other cities, although we have a bunch of cities that are in places where it's kind of awkward for them to expand. Maybe that's foolish. Maybe I should be just expanding as quickly as possible. I don't know how much the capital really benefits from it, and it does cost pearls that I can use to buy other things. But our districts are so good. We can expand up into this territory and pick up some more forest tiles. I'm going to build some seekers. So we'll have a garrison in Antab. We'll have a roaming army of seekers. Needs to be completely filled out. I guess you guys can just chill over here. And that hopefully should be enough to discourage purple from declaring war on us. And obviously we don't have to tell pink to chill, because pink can't declare war on us. What is this? Alliance. Wow. Yeah, absolutely. So that gives us a little bit more information about the world. It tells us that purple has taken territory from red. Red might get eliminated. And purple might jump out to a lead. Well, I'm not worried about red getting eliminated. If red gets eliminated, we'll be the ones to do it, probably, and that's actually really beneficial to me, especially if we can get red into a position where they are actually down to one city, because they won't be able to bring in an infinite number of reinforcements to defend them. It's a thing they very much like to do. Should I be rushing? No, let's hold out until I can buy right-of-way in this city at least. And then we'll transfer a bunch of dudes to science. Because we really, really do need to increase our rate of research. We are way behind the curve. Still no trade. Yeah, we need roads, man. We need actual roads. This region is adjacent to Amund, so should solve several of our problems right there. Oh, also, we're finally on enough gold to use a booster. Alright. The economy is coming along. I'll be able to buy this out next turn. Alright, that's actually helped our science rate quite a bit. What is this? Okay. Green wants to be friendly too. I think we can outrun these guys. I think we have enough land this game that we can outrun these guys if we end up in a big hug fest. We'll see. But honestly, an economic victory is not impossible this game. I'd prefer to get a quest victory, because I think our quest is remarkably easy to do. It's just we have to find a situation where we can steal 3 cities at the end, which may turn out to be tricky. Alright, let's have these guys meet up. That's weird. I definitely clicked here. I don't know why they decided they needed to veer off. Alright. Well, we've established an economic base. We're growing. We need to take Gadanek at some point. I don't know when that's going to be because, of course, we are tremendously behind economically, or scientifically. And that means behind militarily. We need to revolutionize our troops. We probably need to wait until adamantium weapons, at least, at this point. We need to... We probably need to research monks. Monks are pretty powerful units. But right now, we can't really push research on anything. We're so far behind on our science output. And we're still building, like, really basic stuff in a lot of our cities. We've almost made it back to content. We're getting really close. You guys just need to garrison. I'm confident that we will make it pretty soon. Actually, did we run out of cities in which to build? No, we still have a central market available here. And then you need to really get the basics going. Yeah, this Parandy's going to be building basic stuff for quite some time. Alright, Jurgador's about to be, I think, producing troops again. Some more dredges. We're going to fix up this dredge design eventually. But I think that for right now, we can just produce base dredges, fill up our garrisons, get nice and big. You have a seeker. Yeah, that's right. I built one more seeker than I needed because I forgot that Graldon built one. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Alright, so actually we've sort of... Yeah, we sort of have run out of places to build approval bonuses. in theory, there's a big approval bonus coming, but it's taking a depressingly long time to get there because of how bad our science output is. We still don't even have libraries in several of our cities. And I think that it makes more sense for me to save dust and buy the market than it does to rush the libraries and stuff. Although, no, I can't afford to change the Empire plan, unfortunately. Yeah, we just don't have enough influence. So we need to build more Garths as well, because we need to get our influence up. That actually is something that probably should be happening in Parandi. But, like I said, finishing that central market is paramount. Let's get that done, and then we can worry about other stuff. Also, the public granary is going to be nice. Our population is growing, but it's not growing as fast as I would like. Green would like to ally? Sure. Does that give me map of the entire, map vision of the entire continent? It does. It looks like red may be down to only 2 regions. Which is sort of a bummer in that it means that I can't fulfill my quest by wiping them out. I guess we're several steps of that faction quest away yet. Population 8. Jurgador's coming along, and it's going to build a public granary real soon. Should I? Yeah, I should probably be doing that. Let's make sure that that gets finished. So we have to do this, then I think we have to go on a little bit more of a chatting tour. Tell some more people about how great we are. Go get pearls. You guys can launch out and grab some pearls too. I'm going to try to leave the Skyfin where he is. He's doing important work right now. He is the only reason that we are generating gold at above the replacement rate. So it's time to pick up Mercenary Market. Public Granary definitely takes precedent over some dredges. Hey, we actually have a little bit of trade going now. All internal, though. Really, Pink doesn't want to trade with me? It seems like Allayi to Jurgador would be a pretty good route. And is Blue losing too? Purple has taken their northernmost city, which is strange. It does kind of look like Purple's going to just take over the entire middle of the continent. Well, if we can have some kind of equilibrium here where green and purple and pink and I are all friends, then I think we're going to be okay. I know they all have a lot more territory than we do, but first of all, racially, their territory is just less useful than ours is because our districts are so good. And secondly, there is, of course, the matter of me not being an AI to consider. Listen, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I really think I'm capable of basic decision-making, which I would argue the AI not so much. It's possible, though, that Purple has decided that they're going to win the game by expansion, and that we'll have to be ready to defend ourselves when they finish running Blue through. Something to keep in mind, something to be aware of. Alright, this being able to buy our central market has really slowed down. I guess we'll get there. Well, actually, we're there right now. Combination of actual construction and, Alright, Graldom needs to build more stuff. That's all I really have to say. It's not really useful advice. Just build more stuff. Alright, Jurgador's coming along. Yeah, these guys can grab this and then go back to their garrison duties. Alright, Alright, so with the completion of Parandy's Central Market, I think we're going to push back into Content. Yes, we have done it. Hooray, no more massive empire-wide penalties. Although I think some of the cities might still be, yeah, it's just below the line. It's just that we're being, our empire is being dragged up as a whole by the fact that Jurgador has the highest population. And also the highest happiness. No, only 55 now. Maybe I was wrong about that. Alright, so it looks like actually we still do have a central market to purchase. So Dasraj will help us still. Yeah, it gets pretty rough though. It gets pretty rough as Allayi. You guys need to go back to here. You need to go get these pearls. And then probably head back to Dasraj. Oh, I suppose actually... Hold on. They need to go out to sea, unfortunately. Somebody has to do it. Ooh, you know what? I wasn't even thinking about this, but having the Delvers assimilated means they'll probably eventually give us that quest to get the Band of Merriment. That will be hugely helpful. It will be very easy to complete and hugely, hugely helpful. I forgot all about that. So once we get that, we'll have, what is it, an extra 15 approval in each city? That's actually quite powerful. This winter needs to hurry up and end, though, so that we can get Jurgador up to 8 population. Well, the Vaulters are doing their best not to get destroyed. Defensive play may be all they have at the moment. As unsatisfying as it is, sometimes the best thing you can do is barely not die. I've certainly been in that situation on a number of occasions. Alright, so once the mercenary market is finished, we need to research one more tech to move into the next era. Slowly catching up. I don't know that Imperial coinage is going to be particularly valuable to us at this point in the game. But we already have treaties. Oh yeah, let's get monks. Monks are way better units than seekers in a lot of cases. Strange activities in Kakwag. Okay, so we'll have to get them to open their borders to us, but at least we finally get to put this settler to use. Hold on a second. Let's move these guys off of this space just to prevent any weird shenanigans. It couldn't be one space closer to the border. Alright. It's still possible that we'll get lucky as far as luxury resources go once we hit the age turnover. Although that's a depressing number of turns away. I'm actually going to put these guys all back on science. I do think it's kind of funny that the reward you get from so many of these quests is just a small number of pearls. Like, how is that valuable? How strapped for pearls would we have to be to see the 12 pearls from that and be like, wow, I'm really eager to get this done. Alright. So we're just going to garrison up all of our cities, so that at a moment's notice, if the AI decides they want to get rough with us, we can retrofit the relevant armies and be ready to defend. Oh, we got an alliance with Purple. That's right. The border's not closed anymore. Because they cannot close the border. We are their allies. Back in the garrison, you. So we'll be able to buy this out in just a couple of turns. When we do this, the army of the profaners spawns, but purple will probably kill them right away. You know, with this large army here. Although, this army does have an awful lot of eyeless ones in it. That's okay. They're probably equipped enough that it won't matter. You know what? After all this time, I still only sort of know how powerful the Profaner army is, because I so rarely have to fight it myself. Alright, so the next step of fixing our economy is getting right of way up in the other two cities. And then we also probably want to get cargo docks once we get into the next era. Obviously, bread and circuses comes first, but cargo docks will allow Parandy to join in the trade routes, and I don't know if anybody else has cargo docks, but if they do, we could probably get some decent trade out of it. It may have hung. What do I think the odds are of that? Fairly high. I don't honestly know what would happen if I saved the game and loaded it right now. Let's experiment. We have autosaves from every turn, so if something breaks, it's okay. We can just... Oh. That's interesting. Game straight up can't be loaded. We can load the autosaves. Yeah, I don't know. I think the game hung there. It sure had been calculating that turn for a little while. Well, maybe that's Endless Legend trying to communicate to me that this would be a good time to stop. I was trying to get this next step of the faction quest done, though. Well, since we have to reload anyway, so there's no harm in pushing on until that Profaner army is dead by Purple's hand, which is, I think, absolutely what's going to happen. It's kind of nice that the ruin that spawns the army never seems to be in your territory. It's a nice touch from the game developers, although I think probably the purpose of it is supposed to be that it makes it so you have to maintain difficult alliances. We've had a pretty good run of that so far. These last couple of games, people have been very eager to be friendly. Oh, capital, right, yeah. That is absolutely true. Capital does need to build stuff. Only 3 dredges, because Graldam actually already has a soldier in its garrison on account of me forgetting how many seekers I needed to build. Alright, let's see if it actually completes the computing step of this turn. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. It seems to be taking an awfully long time. Boy, I sure hope this game isn't bugged somehow. This was going, I think, reasonably well. We're just getting to the point where we're, like, actually competing. Alright, well, you know what? I'm gonna end the episode here. I'm gonna fix this and get us back on track. Come back next time and see if we can, in fact, turn this, I think, pretty good start into something approximating victory. And we'll see you then.